Hi, I'm Melissa, the brand builder, and I'm so happy and grateful to be here on Just for Women Europe. I look forward to diving into the questions and providing as much insight and inspiration to you viewers. Thank you.
This is Just for Women Europe, connecting women across borders. And tell us about your journey and what inspired you to become the brand builder.
In terms of my journey, so before becoming the brand builder, I was a teacher. And that came about from when I was in uni. And literally a few weeks before I graduated, I thought to myself, I'm about to graduate this degree. What am I going to do with it? Because at the time I had a fashion line and it was doing really well, but I just had the mindset at the time that, I have to have a regular income, a 9 to 5. And I panicked and thought, okay, what I would do is teach for a bit while still running my business and then take it from there. Um, and yeah, so it started off from me working in schools and doing events at church. And then at the school that I was working at, I decided to do a summer school, whereas all like 20 students got together. I taught them how to make an outfit each. I got models in from outside. We got musicians, you name it. It was like a mini event, but for the youth. And it was a sold out event, packed out, over 200 people. And that kind of sparked the interest in regards to doing professional events. And I started doing those kind of events within the community. So that then led to a few other things which I will share later on in the interview. But ultimately, it stemmed from church and being a teacher.
You moved to Ghana with no local connection. What gave you the confidence to take such a big step?
Well, so I visited Ghana for the first time in April 2019. And usually when I go on holiday, literally like 5 days, and I'm ready to return back to the UK. So this time I booked to go for 7 days. It was a girls' trip, and I just loved it so much to the point that from when I landed, I started applying for my visa again so that I can go in December that same year. And it was just the love and the energy that I felt within myself being there. And then COVID happened. So lockdown took place in March 2020, and I just really had time to think about what it is that I wanted to do. But before COVID, I said to myself, the fact that I wasn't able to go to Ghana and be there as much as I wanted to made me realize that I needed to move. I need to remove something. And for me, that was handing my notice as a teacher and saying that, you know what, I'm not going to um be a full-time teacher anymore. And that's what I did. I removed what was blocking me from being able to stay there longer. And then I decided to move in 2020. Started looking for opportunities and connections online by communicating with people, started talking to people within my church. And I just said, you know what? COVID came and so many people passed away. May their souls rest in perfect peace. And it just made me realize that tomorrow is not guaranteed. And if you want to do something, make it happen. Don't delay. Take the necessary steps. Remove anything that is blocking you and just go after it. So that was my mindset and my mentality when it came to moving to Ghana. I just said, okay, it has to be successful. There's no other option. So I thought to myself, if I don't like it, I can always return back.
What are some of the biggest challenges you faced when starting over in a new country?
I can't say there was any major challenges apart from building a network. And even that, I wouldn't call it a challenge. It was just more of a thing that I need to do. And I just built that muscle in terms of networking and having conversations with people. So I'll say for most people, it's about just gaining the confidence to put yourself out there, to have conversations, um, and connect with as many people as possible. The worst thing someone can do is say no or ignore you. That's the worst thing. But you have to just keep going. But for me, I didn't face any major challenges that made me think, oh, should I have done this? Like, moving to Ghana was one of the best decisions that I've made.
Why was moving to Ghana the best decision you made?
Because the steps that I needed to take and the person that I had to become in order to finally say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do, has helped me to elevate in so many ways in my personal life and professional life. I moved to Ghana thinking that I was going to do teaching there. And I had applied for a number of different roles and I didn't hear back from any of the schools. And I thought to myself, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And I just decided to move there with my savings and just make it happen. Now, when I got there, I thought to myself, I moved to this country and I don't have a single connection here. There must be other people who feel the same way. And I decided to do a networking event to bring the diaspora and expats together in Ghana so that we can network and have a great time. That first event sold out, second event sold out, third event sold out, and I just realized that there was something here. So the person I had to become in order to survive moving to Ghana has helped me to become the woman I am today.
What does a strong personal brand mean in today's digital world?
A strong personal brand means to be able to, for example, say, hey guys, I'm doing an event on this date, and people trust you. They want to connect with you enough to actually book their ticket to attend. I believe that a strong personal brand allows you to be influential, so that people would actually gravitate to you. And that comes from knowing your purpose and operating in your divine purpose.
How do you help clients align their vision, voice, and value?
I help clients to align their vision by one, understanding their vision. One thing about me, I would not take somebody on as a client if I don't understand their vision or I don't connect with it or align with it. I have to believe in it myself so that I can work with them accordingly. Because for my agency, it's about purpose. Purpose is the most important thing. Now, how I actually help them is through support and coaching, so that they understand what it is that they want to achieve and who they need to become in order to manifest those things. Those are the most important things to get started. So once they make up in their minds the person they want to become, we actually help them to execute. Now, the services that we provide, whether it's the content creating, the social media management, the event marketing, that will come naturally. However, I need to make sure that they believe that their business is worthy of the success they desire.
What advice would you give to women who want to establish themselves as industry leaders?
My advice would be to, one, visualize the person you want to become. What does that version of you look like? What does she sound like? Where does she go? Who does she network with? Have that vision so strong and printed in your mind that you wake up every morning excited to operate as that person. And once you believe that it's achievable, even the slightest thing. So, for example, when I visualized who I wanted to become, I thought to myself, okay, what does she do? What's her routines like? And I started doing those things so that one, I can embody that version of myself. So I say, one, have a strong vision of the person you want to become. Two, make a list of her habits. What does she do? Where does she go? How does she spend her Fridays? What's her self-care routine like? What kind of conversations does she have? And then start doing those things. And then you see that all the opportunities and the right people will come to you accordingly.
What inspired you to create Women of Wealth?
Women of Wealth was created through pain. I lost my mum in 2025 and no, sorry, I need to do that again.
Sure, you can go ahead.
Women of Wealth was created through pain. I'm a strong believer in turning your pain into power and purpose. Now, my mum was unwell and she passed away in 2024. However, when I decided to come back to the UK for a bit, it was because she was very unwell and told me that she doesn't think she was going to make it. So I came in February and I thought to myself, since I'm going to be here a bit longer than expected, because the intended plan was to be here for a month. I thought, since I'm going to be here longer, let me do an event for her to, encourage her, lift her spirit. You know, when you go somewhere and your energy just feels elevated and you're just so happy that you went to that event. Now, I thought, okay, let me launch something for women, which is why I created Women of Wealth. And unfortunately, she was unable to attend. However, I realized that there was a need for this type of event because the women who did attend, they all spoke about how uplifting it was and, the connections that they made. So I thought, okay, great. Let me show them the content. She loved it and she said she wants to attend the next one. So I thought, okay, you know what? Let me look for a venue that is perfect for her because she loved roses. So I found a venue literally ceiling to floor covered in roses. And I thought, okay, let's book this venue and this will actually excite her to want to attend. Unfortunately, she was then admitted into hospital. She was unable to attend that event as well. Did another event. And unfortunately, that event, she passed away literally a month before the day of the event. But I realized that there was a need for Women of Wealth. I realized that we was actually solving a problem but also it was healing. Now, when we first launched Women of Wealth, the dress code was black. And the reason why it was black is because it basically symbolized saying goodbye to your old self. And that was for my mum. It was like, okay, mum, come to this event. And as you come, you're going to be healed. Your energy is going to be elevated. And you're going to say goodbye to your old self. That was my thought process, that every time you come to a Women of Wealth event, you should shed dead skin and say goodbye to your old self and just leave feeling renewed and revived. Now, when she passed away, I decided that I was going to continue with Women of Wealth because it was a way for me to let her legacy live on. And I believe in legacy building. And the fact that I started Women of Wealth in 2024 and it's now 2026 and people are still talking about it, we're still doing events. Each and every event we do is a tribute to her. Even our networking experiences, at the end of it, we get some balloons and we release them into the sky, and it's a tribute. So for me, that's me honoring my mom and honoring the journey that she was on, but also letting people know that we are in this space together because of her. Women of Wealth was created because of her. So her name just continues to be repeated. And that's why I created Women of Wealth, and that's why I've continued to do it.
Why do you believe wealth should be defined beyond money?
I believe wealth should be defined beyond money because I learnt from observing my mum and her just her health changing rapidly, that if you have money and you don't have health, you're not happy. If you have, let's say, wealth in a sense of material things, but you don't have good health, how can you enjoy materialistic things? So wealth is not just about how much money you make, because you have to be well enough to actually enjoy it. And that also comes from your daily practice, being abundant, being grateful, um, creating wonderful memories with your family members. And mum always said to me, my sister, that she may not leave us diamonds and gold, but she will leave us wonderful memories. And that's what she definitely did. We have so many memories of like holidays and just like Christmases, birthdays, general, outings, like so many memories that she's left with us, that it just helps us to kind of go through the whole grieving process, which, mind you, grieving never stops when you lose somebody that's very close to you.
What are some of the biggest challenges women face in building meaningful connections and support networks?
Based on conversations I've had with women, I believe it's the challenge of one, taking the necessary steps to actually go out and meet new people. I feel like a lot of women have this fear of networking. They see it as a scary thing. But once they actually go out and do it, they realize that, it was liberating. It was exactly what they needed. So I think the first one would be to actually take the necessary steps to find the events to attend, the spaces to be in, to connect with people. Another one would be trust. So many people have been hurt or betrayed, whether it's from family members, friends, you name it. And it's just that fear of getting close to people or not knowing who to trust. So I mean, those are the two main challenges that people face.
What does success mean to you now that's when you started your business?
Before I started my business was how much money I had in my account, how much money I would be making on a monthly basis, savings, materialistic things, basically. Today, success for me is freedom. Waking up each and every day, deciding how I use my time, deciding if I want to do any work today or not, delegating to my team members. So even though I'm, here doing this interview, my team members are working on our clients' pages. It's freedom. It's knowing that I can design my day and I'm not restricted. So that's what success looks like for me. Can I make the decisions for myself? Can I dictate what I do each and every single day? And that's what I can do. And for me, I'm very wealthy because I had the freedom to do what I want to do and when I want to do it. Same in the business. I have the freedom to say yes to clients and say no to clients.
What is your long-term vision for the Strategics and Co agency?
My long-term vision for the agency is to work with clients across the world, but mainly to help businesses to grow and scale. And most importantly, the people behind the businesses to actually believe in themselves and believe that they can do it and make things happen, to connect with as many people as possible and to also to connect people with each other. For me, my core belief is that one of my purpose in life is to connect with people and to connect them. I always say to people that you never know who your destiny helper is. And for me, whenever people come to me about their business, I'm always like, okay, I know this person, I know that person, and I connect them and they end up doing amazing things together. Um, so yeah, the vision for the agency is to continue to grow, continue to work with phenomenal brands, and let my mum's legacy live on through Women of Wealth also.
What would you like to tell women watching now?
My message to women around the world who are inspired by my story is to keep going. Turn your pain into power. Whatever you've gone through, it can be something like a breakup, a divorce, death, you name it, whatever you've experienced that has made you feel that thing of pain and that you don't know if you can go on, convert it into power. Understand what your purpose is. Invest in yourself. Do things that will pour into your cup, that will fill you up and cause you to overflow. And over time, you realize that the pain, it may not get easy or disappear, especially if you've lost a loved one. However, it will help you to cope with the pain. It will help you to grow. And something like losing a loved one, you can find something that will help you to feel closer to them, that will make their legacy go on or live on. For me, that's Women of Wealth. Every time I create a networking experience for Women of Wealth, it's a reminder of my mum. It's a reminder of the way she's trained me to be. And I've always said that my mum didn't raise me, she trained me. And she trained me to be able to live without her. That's what she was training me for. Because everything that she taught me, all of the teachings, all of the lessons, it's helped me to become so resilient that even if she's not here, I'm able to keep moving. She always said to me that life is a journey. And it's only when she passed away that I realized what she meant by that, that you have to keep going. Even when the stumbling blocks come, you keep moving, you don't stop. So that's my message to you. Understand that life is a journey and you have to keep going.